Hello, my name is Isabella Cabrera, and today I'm going to talk about Woodrow Wilson's 14 points and how they involved in the Treaty of Versailles. So basically, Wilson's points was that he didn't want to punish Germany for the war and didn't want to cause any other future war and bring peace to all of the countries. Some of his ideas was self-determination, which was that the countries would be able to choose their own government. Another one was lowering military so there wouldn't be another arms fight like there was in World War II, World War One, and creating the League of Nations where countries could be able to make peace instead of fight and fight. This reflected the American values because the US didn't actually want to fight against Germans but against their government. And they also supported like cooperation, fairness, and not getting like harsh punishment because they didn't think it was fair. European nations like England and France did not think that Wilson's visions were realistic and weren't the right ones to make because they had suffered a lot of loss before. Like they Germany killed like a lot of their population. Some of their territory like ended up getting all distracted and they wasted like a lot of money because of this war. So they didn't really want fairness and peace. They just wanted revenge and for Germany to suffer because they just didn't want Germany to invade them again and they didn't agree with the statement that was peace without victory because they wanted the security of Germany not going with them anymore. The Treaty of Versailles attempted to punish and restrict Germany by making them spend, like, overall, take the blame on the war and spending like a ton of money to pay for the reparations of the all the damage that was caused. They like completely humiliated Germany to the rest of the countries because it was public humiliation and they restricted the amount of military that was allowed to Germany, so they couldn't have like they had like a set amount of soldiers. They couldn't be allowed of tanks, no air force, no submarines, nothing like that, because they wanted to make sure that Germany wouldn't start another war. The Germans felt that the Treaty of Versailles was a betrayal because they agreed with Wilson's vision and didn't think that it was necessary for them to get like a big and humiliating punishment like they had. And they thought that this treaty would follow Wilson's visions and the 14 points, but they just completely ignored all of his points and were just Germany was just like forced to sign this treaty and like they just had to accept it. And they didn't want to accept that they truly lost the war because it didn't feel like this total defeat. So this stab in the back meat. So this stab in the back myth um was more like a blame to politicians and internal enemies between themselves because they just didn't accept it and will just cause anger between them. Um, Adolf Hitler, because of all of this war, Adolf Hitler positioned himself as a solution for this injustice of the Treaty of Versailles. He really persuaded Germans because they just were on the low. They didn't want to accept all of this humiliation. So Hitler just like started to um come up with these ideas that was like rebuilding military, restoring power, getting back Germany's power and pride. And Germans just started supporting him because why wouldn't you start supporting someone that was promising all of these things? And all of these citizens, people were desperate for change. So giving them this strength and possibility of having something back just led them to getting hope. In my opinion, the Treaty of Versailles was necessary, and I think that Germany did have to have some sort of punishment because, well, they did cause a lot of loss between countries. I don't think that they had to like have such a humiliating punishment. They just needed like something to bring them down, but not exactly like create all these conditions because it eventually led to World War II because of all of the humiliation that they went through. So it was more like a mistake, but it did help. So I think that lowering that punishment would have helped with not going through World War II. Thank you for watching.